A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secret Revealed Aftersought. So, let's go ahead and ask a question. Does this look much like an AK-74U without the stock? The answer is, it kinda does. This is the Elite Rukkus. It's probably one of the only examples of a blaster with a clip integrated in it. And there actually have been quite a few more recent additions to Nerf's lineup of toy blasters that have this kind of clip that you cannot truly remove from it. The only thing you could do is just, I guess, have it moved around to a desired position or whatnot. So that way, if you're planning to hang it up on a wall or something like that, I usually kind of like to have it somewhere in the middle because, yeah, something like this is kind of how it works best for me, but this is truly what it's like. So, in all honesties, I guess the Rukkus is not really that bad of a blaster because of how long the clip is and how it can simply protrude out this much. That's at least 6 inches that you could pretty much put in. But the most important thing is, how does it perform? Well, yeah, that was not comical either. I mean, I've had a few other moments like that happen. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. I guess I just needed to push it in a little bit further. You know what? Let's just do it again here with this next dart I have in the chamber. Yeah. I hardly ever load my magazines all the way. But the Rukkus itself, yeah. I kind of want to change my mind on how I felt about how it fired. I guess that was just a simple mistake I probably shouldn't have let happen to begin with, but the Rukkus, you know what? It's really not bad of a blaster. I mean, as long as you can hold it comfortably like how I'm doing, yeah. I find this way to be a little more comfortable. Hold it by its magazine. Uh-oh, though. You might want to be careful about how it goes like this. Now, how are you going to hold it? I guess like this. Like how you traditionally hold on to it. That is until you push it back down, and then you're going to have to alternate between this position and this position. But, well, you know what? I guess it's about time that wow. I don't know what to say. I was not expecting it to twirl so fluently like that. Oh, wow. Now that's great. Now, I'm kind of curious. Can it twirl pretty good like this? Okay, not as good as it is like this, but I guess you pretty much get the idea. The twirling factor on this is pretty darn good. Usually I don't twirl blasters that are larger than, I guess, this big, but I guess this is an exception. I could twirl this one pretty easily. Well, you know what? One more test, and then I'll give my little summarization of it. The invisible integration, yep. Bring it up to the top here, and here we go. Yep. It's pretty much just that. I load the invisible into the chambers or the magazine and fire away, off into the distance. So I'll set this down now because I'm going to talk a little about it right now. So, to summarize, the Elite Rukkus has itself an idea that's starting to become even more common than necessary of just having a permanent clip integrated within it. Now, many people might have gripes about it, but in all honesty, by my point of view, I don't find it to be a con or something like that. A factor that sort of inhibits a blaster's functionality or style, pretty much. Some blasters, you can't just seem to look at it right without its clip attached. So the Rukkus seems to do pretty well with it because its banana clip sort of reminds us of the AK-74U, which has been popular in some Call of Duty installments. So the Rukkus itself does have a pretty good set of inspiration coming from a real-life firearm, but without the stock, I don't know if it seems in place. But other than that, the Rukkus's functionality is pretty darn good. That is, unless you don't really use any darts in the ways that you're supposed to do it. That green dart that pretty much could have just shot out of the blaster just like that, that was quite funny. Because it was not the first time that it's happened to any of my blasters where they refuse to fire, but yeah. It's happened before, but I try my best to sidetrack from it because it's really kind of a problem at this point. Blasters refusing to fire darts, because how are you going to get your money's worth out of something like that? Something that refuses to function right? That doesn't really seem right. Wouldn't you agree? But in all honesty, the Rukkus is a pretty decent addition to any collection out there. It's got fluent functions, and the usage of its clip being held like this and rising up like that sort of reminds us of the N-Strike Mag Strike. It's been a long time since we had a blaster kind of like this, but the main difference is that, well, the clip is permanently attached to this one, and there are a few other blasters that have this kind of function within it. Whereas the Mag Strike's magazines can easily pop out so you can replace them, or have them filled up easily. So, at the same time, I feel somewhat negative about this. This one's really more like a 7.0, not so much as a 6.0 that some people might claim. But of course, this blaster is a good addition to the Elite lineup, and we could probably expect more blasters like this to show up in the future. I have laid eyes on a few of others though, like the Mega Thunderhawk. So, I don't know, maybe that might not get into Aftersought for the time being, but right now, there's quite a lot of other blasters that I really want to talk about at this point, so stay tuned, because I will have a lot more to come here in the future. But if you want to see more done on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.